So I've already got this on. I did a TikTok, what do you call them? Reels, posts, videos. I don't even know what to call them. What do they call them over on TikTok? I don't, and I've done it like several times on this platform, so I just wanted to do an unbiased opinion on TikTok since I got it from TikTok and just give them my thoughts. So yeah, it's the Garnier Vitamin C Daily UV, and that's the invisible one. And you know, I was telling them how I wanted the glowy version, but I picked the wrong one up, and that's what you see in the glow from it there. So just done my hair as well. Really liking it actually. You know, what did I put on it today? So I'm trying to do the curly girl method, and they're saying you should put all your products on when it's absolutely soaking wet. So I saw this girl, I can't remember her name, over on Instagram, sorry. I saw this girl and she had lovely curly locks, and she put a mousse on, and then she put a curl cream in, and you could hear it like scrunching, and then she put like a turban over the top. So I did that, waited for like 15 minutes, took it out, and got my hairdryer out, which I need a better one, it's too heavy. Got my hairdryer out and dried it for the most part. It's I wouldn't, maybe it is a little bit damp. It's not fully dry, and I like the results, but the drying part, I don't like doing that. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a get ready with me today. Tomorrow's going to be Second Chance Sunday, so I didn't want to do it then. I don't want to really interrupt Second Chance Sunday, and I'm doing it earlier because I have a call to make in a couple of hours, and I just thought we could get on with this now. It's probably everyone's tea time, or they're putting the kids to bed. I'm just going in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. Can you see that spot there? I think I've been bitten by something. I hate bugs. They won't leave me alone. Okay, so we've got that on. Then can put this sun cream back now, this SPF. Then I tend to go in with a pore minimizer. So it's the Prep and Perfect Pore Smoothener by Primark. I'm absolutely devastated. I can't get this. We'll start off on the nose. It is just so smoothing. I don't even know what it is. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's silicone based. And then we go down the cheek area. I don't know whether to leave it in my collection to empty it. I feel like once it's empty, I'll be absolutely devastated. I mean, I can get it, but my mum paid £4 for it for me. She bought it for me, but on eBay it's 15 with shipping, and it's like, make that make sense. How are you charging people £15 for a £4 product? And I spoke about this, I think, last week, and someone was saying, don't pay that. I agree, it's a Primark primer. I would rather spend a bit extra and get the one from Benefit. Can't remember what that one's called, but that one's a dupe for it. Right, so now that I've gone in with my smoothener, for all the pores and whatnot, I tend to go in with something glowy. And at the moment I'm trying to use this up. I have got 2 glowy primers in my collection, in my Shop My Stash. So I'm using this one. It's the Becca Backlighting whatever, that one. So you can see the glow there. And I don't put loads on, that's why it's lasting me ages. And I mainly put it on the cheek. I don't really put it up here. You can see the glow, can't you? I don't really need this, as I don't want it to go too far up here either, because otherwise that defeats the purpose. I've put in that pore smoothing on, doesn't it? Yeah, you can see the glow, but like I said, I don't really need the glow because the SPF that I used had a glow in it, but I'm just using it up basically. So I'm using it up for using it up's sake. I mean, we're not doing too bad on it, but it could be going quicker. I absolutely don't like it. Don't like the scent of it either. Right, then we'll go in. I forgot to pull out a concealer, like, in the shop, my stash, and I just thought, well, I've got this colour corrector, not to pan or anything like that. I'll show you what it looks like. So we've got, if I was going to pan it, we've got a ways to go. Next time I do a Shop My Stash, I think it's in 2 weeks' time, it's due. Next time I do a Shop My Stash, I'll pull a concealer out. I don't actually have that many concealers, I think about 4, because I actually used 2 up. And then when I've used a couple more, I think I'll go out and buy that NYX serum one. I'm not 100% sure that's the one I'm going to get, because when I was in Superdrug, I tried it and it felt thick. But Lisa assures me it's not thick. But sometimes what Lisa likes, I don't like. So it's like anyone, isn't it? You know, like a lot of the times when content creators say, oh, this is a good product to try, I'll try it and I'll be like, what am I missing? Right, so far we've got SPF on, we've got our glowy Becca primer on, we've got another primer for the pores, and that's it. So I'll put my Project Pan foundation on, which is nearly all gone. So it's the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. What shade is this? Soft Ivory. Don't want to tie my hair up. It will spoil the curls. I think next week I'll be using my Laura Geller powder. It's very, very quick. It doesn't look powdery on the skin. That's if I want to wear makeup, that is, because I'm starting a new course next week. If I want to wear makeup, then that's what I'll use, just because it's so quick. And then I think for face products, I think I'll pull out my Charlotte Tilbury face palette. It has bronzer, blush, highlighter. Not too sure about the eyeshadows, but I might just use something like this for the week. So that was the Natasha Denona mini retro. Yeah, it's going to have to be really quick makeup, like 20 minutes or under, not 40 minutes. Just so dewy, this foundation. It's probably one of the best drugstore foundations for such an inexpensive price that I've found. And I've had it ages, so I don't even know if I can still get that in Boots. Maybe just my luck will do it in the UK if I can't. Not that I need another foundation. I must have at least 20 foundations. Can you see how dewy it is? Like, you know, for women over 40, it just makes you look glowy and youthful. Very, very pretty. I mean, I just feel like I couldn't wear a matte foundation. You know, I feel like it would sink into every single line that I have. And I thought that would be the case with the Laura Geller powder foundation. But it didn't do that, and I think that was just due to the products I wore underneath it. I have posted so much on social media today. Well, when I say I posted so much on social media, it's TikTok. And like I said, I did the SPF one, but I'm not going to put that up till tomorrow, or at least later tonight. I'll be getting fed up of seeing everything on my FYP page. Well, on their FYP page, not mine. There's a spot there. I think I'm going to turn the light down, not because I've found a spot, but because you'll be able to see everything better. That might not be any good when it gets a bit darker. Okay, so let's put that back in the sponge holder. Let's use some of this Fenty Beauty powder. You know, I should be using this NYX one. It's not NYX, it's Revolution Peach Powder, but there's absolutely loads of it. I know it doesn't really look like that much. What we'll do is we'll use the Fenty powder under the eyes, because it's white, it's brightening. And then the other powder, well, I wouldn't say it's white, it's more like banana powder, this Fenty Beauty one. It's in the shade Butter. So I'm going to put this one on first under the eyes. And then the other powder, the I Heart Revolution one, will go on the rest of the face. Otherwise, I'm never going to use it, and it's in a project pan. So, you know, how can I talk about it in a project pan when I've not used it? Okay, so just a tiny bit of the Fenty Beauty in Butter. That can go away now. I probably need it for the bronzer for when I'm chiseling it out. Okay. Start off at the top. I mean, I don't normally go all around my face with these powders anyway. What I tend to do is just where the pores are. And it's just a light dusting. Because I also use a finishing powder at the end. Right, you might be able to wear your kids soon. Okay, so I guess it's bronzer time. Right, I tried this yesterday and I don't know if I liked it. So this combination, and I know it's a concealer, guys, but it used to work. So it's a 17 Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. I think it's in 04Y. So let's try that first. Let me find a different brush though. Right, we'll try it with this brush because I've got a different brush for bronzer that I normally like to use. I like to use my Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to do 2 dots today. Yesterday I did 3. We'll use this side of it. Hi Brandy, how are you? Thank you for coming to say hello. It is a bit awkward when you just sat there on your own doing your makeup, but it's only what I'd be doing anyway if I just decided to do a video by myself and then edit it, so I don't really care about talking to myself. Oh, thank you, that's really nice of you to say. So sweet, thank you. How's your day going? Right, so that actually doesn't look too bad today. I guess it's the brush that I'm using. Yesterday's brush was a bit stiffer, so I think I'm going to use that for that concealer going forward. I won't use it now. I'll take the other brush that I was using yesterday, which is the Real Techniques Berlin brush that they brought out, and it's that bronzer from Revolution. It's the Mega Bronzer in 01 Cool. Feel like I'm getting close to hitting pan. I mean, there's a lot there, but can you see? Maybe not. Hang on. Can definitely see that there. Right, I'm putting the light up though, a little bit. Where is it you're from, Brandy? Because it's freezing here in the UK. I mean, we're in spring, and you'd think we'd get nicer weather by now. I think the best weather we've had is 10 degrees. I mean, I don't like the sun, but, you know, a girl needs to have it hotter than 10 degrees. So what I do then, obviously, when I've got the bronzers on, I don't want them to be, because of the colour of my hair, it's hard to find a good bronzer. They either are too red toned or too muddy. So I just really, really blend it in as much as I can, just so it looks natural. And I haven't put any on my hair. That's a bit too much. I'll blend it out though, so it's not really an issue. Cool tone bronzer. I'm just thinking, I think Fenty Beauty do one. But it just depends how much you want to spend. Pat McGrath Labs, my friend Amy bought me a really nice one for fair skin girls. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like this. They say it's too dark for fair skin girls, and I guess it is. But I don't think you can buy this anymore anyway. It looks fine on my skin tone though, I think. Oh, you're in the US, so... Oof, sorry. I'm not losing brushes here. Okay. I want to use what blusher. Maybe try this Revolution one. Actually, no, we'll try this Topaz Pop by Clinique. The name of the bronzer, this one's Revolution, and it's the Mega Bronzer in 01 Cool, but it's not a cool bronzer, it's warm toned. If you can see, it's got that kind of orange brown undertone. But it's very, very smooth. It just looks very, very warm. But obviously, if you blend it out, wait a minute, if you blend it out, you know, you can blend it out and it looks really, really good on fair skin, I think. I've got way too many products in here. Oh, crap. I'm going to end up breaking my unit. Yeah, I'm the same. I've got that pink undertone. I'd say my skin is more combo. I get like dry in the nose area here. It doesn't look dry though today. Yeah, that's really the only place I get dry. Right, I'm going to go in with this Clinique blush here. It's in the shade Topaz Pop. Not wore it in ages. Oh, thank you. We're going to be putting something else that's quite, I don't know, reddy brown toned on. So let's hope it goes. While I'm talking, all I'm getting is Messenger notifications off my sister. You know, she doesn't talk it's not that she doesn't talk to me, it's I don't hear from her, and then as soon as I do a video she sends me all these notifications. That's a really beautiful blush. Just gonna blend that out. I wanted to try the dewy foundation. What? Revolution's dewy foundation. I've not had a Revolution foundation. I mean, I've tried one in the past, but I've not had one in a while. I just don't need them. I bought this though from my local Superdrug, the Yuma by Sharon C, and it was only £5. So I'm trying that at the moment. It's quite nice. But today I've got the Wet n Wild one on. Wet n Wild Dewy. I like that. Good skin day. Apart from this spot here. Hi Emma. How are you? What, you can't get the Yuma by Sharon C in the States? I thought that's where it came from originally. Look at that blush, guys. I don't even know what eye look I'm doing. What I'm planning on doing... Oh, you can't? I'm sure I've watched some people, though, get it from Ulta. What I'm planning on doing today... I put a video up recently about... Before I got the Colourpop Alice in Wonderland palette, I did my own version of it. I did my own dupe. So what I thought about doing is doing Colourpop Alice in Wonderland on one eye and then my version on the other eye. So we're going to try and do something like semi-respectable, because I do have to go out later on this evening. And also I do have to take a Teams call. So I don't want to look like I've gone mad with the makeup, but I really like the base. What do you think, guys? That foundation, I think originally it was £15, but they put it down to £5, just purely because they're discontinuing it in Superdrug. So I'm like, I'm on a no-buy. I don't give a shit that I'm on this no-buy. I need to get this foundation because it was on my wish list for the best part of a year, 2 years. So I broke my no-buy for the foundation, but I'm back on the no-buy now. Some dewy foundations. Oops. Hang on. Let's see what I've got that you might be able to get. Let's have a look. Can you get Catrice or not? Because I've got a good one if you can. I'm only gonna give you recommendations. Have you tried the e.l.f. Hydrating? No, I've not tried the e.l.f. Hydrating foundation. I'm only gonna give you recommendations on the ones that I really like. You know, I'm not gonna say, oh, you can get this one though, can't you? The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I really like that. If they had this in porcelain, I can't get this in my country, in the UK. I had to get it off eBay, spent a fortune on it, and I do like it, but it's classic ivory rather than porcelain. Can you see how dark it is? I can make it work, but I wouldn't repurchase it. Tina, hi. How are you? Let's see what I've got in here. This one's quite nice as well. You know, we've got, ooh, that might have to be binned. Might have to be binned. I do like it, but it's quite old. Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating. Didn't you say that you wanted a hydrating one? So that's that. And then we've got the Catrice, Catrice True Skin. This is the kind of like, it's on par with Wet n Wild. It's just really, really inexpensive. And then if you can get Essence, I've got this Essence Hydro Hero, which is really, really good as well. It's more like a skin tint though. Those two are more like skin tints. The Fenty Beauty and the Essence. And then somebody sent me this, which I don't really want to say is good or is not good. But a friend sent me this from Ulta. So it's the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Foundation Serum Drops. And I enjoyed that the first few times I used it. So there's just a few recommendations. Back to the makeup. Can you do your skincare routine? I can, but there's just not much of a skincare routine that I have, to be honest. I've just got really good skin. And I'll tell you a little story. Hi Hazel, by the way. I'll tell you a little story. So up until, I would say, about 4 years ago, I didn't have a skincare routine. All I used on my skin was Dove soap. That's it, you know, and I didn't break out or anything like that. Now I use more products. So yeah, by all means, I can do a skincare routine. I can do something like Get Unready with me because I've got a light. So I could do that in a live once if you guys want to see it. I don't mind doing it. It's just kind of working it in around my schedule. So just let me know what you think of the idea. And I'll read the comments. Well, I'm 46, Brandy, and they look good on me. But it just depends if you've got texture or anything like that. Again, you know, I'm lucky that I don't break out too much and I don't have texture. I don't like this bit part of me, you know, like the eyes. I really, really don't like it. I know everyone's got bags under their eyes. So what I tend to do with that, where is it? I get this little pad here. And I just smooth out those fine lines. And that's why I put kind of a pore primer underneath the eye area, because it doesn't get rid of the lines. Obviously, nothing can get rid of the lines unless you have surgery, but it helps kind of smooth them out. So for that, for all you guys that came in later, because I've not announced that I was going live today. I don't normally do lives on a Saturday, but I just thought, I'm here. I'm not doing anything. I've got no makeup on. Let's press live. So I put this on like where my pores are, and I put it on underneath here as well. I really love it for that. I am so gutted that I can't get it. Or if I want it that badly, I have to pay £15 when the product's only worth £4. It's like, do I look like I've got mug tattooed over here? Right, we need highlighter, don't we? I'm only going to my mum's, Emma. Last night I did get asked to go out on a date. Not for tonight. This guy said to me, he said, do you wanna go out on a date? I've literally only been speaking to him for a few minutes, and I'm like, oh, you're not backwards in coming forwards, are you? And he said, well, no point being shy, is there? And I'm like, okay. Feel like I want to use this Michaela Part 2 highlighter trio. And I said, he said, can I message you tomorrow? And he said, I'm feeling a bit tired, because it was late. It was like nearly midnight. And I said, yeah, that's fine. But he hasn't messaged me. So, but he's not also been online. And then there was this other guy who said, oh, you live way too far away from me to ask you out on a date. And I'm like, okay, that's not an issue. But he literally only lived 30 miles away. It's not far. My ex came from around the same place where he lived. So it's like, okay then. And because I said okay, and I really wasn't bothered, he said, but would you make it worthwhile if I came down and took you out for a romantic meal? And I'm like, what do you mean, worth your while? Because a lot of these guys are sleazy on these dating apps. And he said, oh, what all I'm saying is, would you put on a dress and some stockings and some stilettos? And I'm like, what, so you telling me what to wear now? And he said, no, I'm merely making a suggestion. And I said, okay. I said, and left it there. It was like kind of a plateau. It's like, I'm just going to go to sleep now. And then he messaged me today, you know, just trying to keep the conversation going. I'm going to go in with this Starstruck, and also I want to go in with that one as well, Blinding. So, yeah, you get some crazies on that site, Plenty of Fish. But I've had friends say to me, oh, I met my partner on there. Well, I guess it's in what country you live in. Do you like the L'Oreal one a lot? If so, I can get some here in the States at our Walmart store. And it's like Costco. I think if it was in porcelain, it would just be the best foundation since sliced bread. You know? But I've checked on eBay. And I don't mind paying the extra. When I say extra, I'm talking about between £15 and £20. And that's expensive for a drugstore foundation, considering if you spend like another £5–10, you can get high end. It's not that, you know, it's not that that's the issue. It's the fact that they don't have my colour. You know, I'm the palest that people will ever see. I mean, Hannah Louise Poston's a lot paler than me, but yeah, I'm pretty pale, and I need the lightest colour that you can get within a foundation. What am I doing? Right, now I need to use some of this Fenty Beauty butter. Just like to chisel out this bit here. Really? Have you? I don't use Tinder. Maybe I should start. So did you swipe him? I hate doing that though. You know, I hate like swiping and hearting people. I wait for them to do it to me. Look at that. It's blinding. I'm just trying to make it not so blinding. And then I had someone last week message me at 12 o'clock at night, and he said, "Hi, do you fancy meeting up?" And I'm like, "What? When?" Because I was at my mum's at that time. And it's like, ASAP. And I'm like, well, not tonight. And he's like, "Oh, go on, make me a brew." And I'm like, "No, I won't be inviting you to my house. I don't know you. And I don't invite people into my home that I don't know." And he's like, "All I want to do is kiss you. You're so pretty. All I want to do is kiss you." And I'm like, "I don't want to kiss you. I don't know you." And he's like trying it on for a good few minutes, like 10-15 minutes he was trying it on, and then he's like, "Your loss." And I'm like, "No mate, trust me, it's your loss completely." My mum was absolutely disgusted. She's like, "What does he want?" And I'm like, "He wants to meet up, Mum." And she went, "For what?" And I'm like, "You know what?" And she went, "You ought to be ashamed." And I said, "Mummy doesn't care." I said, "He probably messages a girl every week and they say yes to meeting up, and then he goes on to the next one." Right, I'm going to do the brows because last time I forgot to do the brows. Yeah, and we were a match. I was only on there for less than an hour, but I had a good feeling, so I gave him my number. He came straight off it. Oh, that's cute. I like that. You know, it's hard to believe, but in August of this year, I will have been single for 10 years. I mean, obviously I've not been. It's not like I need a mirror. I'm not saying I've not dated in 10 years, but I've not dated in a hell of a long time, since way before the pandemic. So that's at least 4 years, isn't it? And my sister just says I'm picky. I'd rather be picky than just selling. It's soulless. The websites are definitely soulless. This eyeshadow trio that I use for the brows is starting to break now because I'm nearly down, like I've nearly finished it. Yeah, it's best to be picky, and I'm glad you found a keeper. Not many around. they're all either taken or they all just want, you know, to hook up. I once said to this guy, you need a blow-up doll. You need to stop bothering me and go and get yourself a blow-up doll. Because he was really winding me up. He did not like that. Right, I'm going to brush them out. I mean, you don't want to get into a relationship with the first person that shows you interest. Well, if that was the case for me, that would have happened a long time ago. But I'm not like that. Oh, that's really nice. I'm really pleased for you. Okay, brows are on. Okay, let's get these eyeshadows sorted out. Actually, no, need to put this Hourglass powder on. I like to use this for finishing powder. Just this. I tried this bronzer yesterday because I needed quick makeup doing because I had to go to the job centre for a meeting. So, yeah, I used this blush, which I absolutely love. Tried this bronzer, I really didn't like it. So I'm not too sure whether I'll use that up. But I do really like the powder that I'm going to use now. Hi Julia, how are you? Got a lot of people in here today. Thank you all for coming. I mean, before, I thought it was just going to be me talking to myself like a mad woman. But a lot of people watch afterwards, which I'm always really appreciative of. Okay, so that's that. So now we just need to put the primer on. And I'm going to use the W7 Prime View as usual. And then we can start on the eyeshadow palettes. Oh, thanks Julia. I really appreciate you watching them. There's just so much. I only actually pulled a little bit out. But every time I use this, it just gives me too much. And there's so much waste. So what's everyone doing this evening? Anything nice? I mean, it's evening for me now. It's nearly 8 o'clock. I'm just going to my mum's. I'm going to be dressed up like a dog's dinner to go to my mum's. When I wear makeup, which is a lot of the time, it's every day. She's like, and where do you think you're going? And I just play along. I'm like, Mum, I'm dressed like this to see you. Right, Okay, now I'm going to go in with this Revolution, like this powder here, just to put over the base. Oh, it's so cold, isn't it, in the UK? Emma, I don't know what it is today, but like I've been looking at the weather and it's been like 10 degrees. And it's like, ugh, we're meant to be in spring. Give us a break. Right, so in the last Get Ready With Me's, the last couple that I've done in lives, I've been using this beautiful palette here. So it's the Saint Angel Sinners Cosmetics Earth Baby. And it's a beautiful, beautiful palette, but I'm not using it today. I just wanted to show it you again. I can't wait to use this green. And then I think so that green is called Possessive. And then I've only got to use Sensual. But yeah, I'm not using that today. Like I said earlier, hang on, let me get it. Like I said earlier, I always wanted the Alice in Wonderland palette, and my friend actually sent it to me with some other friend mail, but I did my own version of it. But I could only do my own version of what other people had swatched, like Lauren May Beauty here on YouTube swatched this palette. So I took a screenshot of her arm and I tried to figure out, you know, what eyeshadows that I have within my own Colourpop collection would look similar. So today I want to do one look here and one look here. So Colourpop Alice in Wonderland and my version here. I don't think they're going to look similar because I've already swatched them and I'm like, yeah, we're going to have to be careful what we pick. Oh, it's chilly there as well, is it, Julia? Sucks, doesn't it? We're meant to be spring. Shropshire is bleak today. Oh, is that where you live, Emma? I hate it. I hate when it rains. The UK is so bad for it as well. Right, let me put this glitter glue, not glitter glue, primer glue away. Right, so I'll show you like the Alice in Wonderland, my version. So we've got Alice in Wonderland on one side and Snow White on the other. We'll be doing the Snow White one probably next Saturday. So this week is, sorry, was it that side? Yeah, that side is Snow White. No, sorry, that side is Alice in Wonderland. This side is Snow White. And then the palette, she also sent me this one. So I'm able to do these kind of dupe videos. Otherwise, I wouldn't have them. So speaking of Colourpop, I've really been looking at the Beauty and the Beast collection. Not even the collection, the eyeshadow palette. And I thought about getting it. I know I'm on a no buy, but I thought about getting it. And also that Twilight one came back into stock. And I was like, shall I get that as well? And I'm like, I'm not breaking my no buy for this, you know. It's just not worth it to me. What I might do, no I won't, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but if I use the same brush, I will run it through the colour switch. What shall we start with? Alice, I think. So, yeah, I looked at the Twilight palette again. And I'm thinking I really wanted that when it was first released, but then kind of was first released and it literally within half an hour it was gone. And then they brought it back for a second time and I think it was the same then. And then I got an email the other day about it and I'm like, I went back to look at it and I don't like it as much anymore. It's too dark for me, I think. Right, what have I missed here? Hi Laura, how are you? Right, let's see what we're using here. maybe this one. That's Logic. So that's the palette, by the way, guys, if you're not sure. I really want to use this shade here, but I don't think I've got one in my palette. And that's called Down the Rabbit Hole. Waiting for your McDonald's to come. What have you ordered? Anything nice? I don't even know. I've not had my tea yet either. I don't know what to do. Right, let's see. I do feel like that's a bit darker in my palette. Yeah, it's the right side. I do feel like that's a bit darker, but I feel like we could make it work. Let's try and make it work. So I'm going to go in with, that's Logic first. This Alice in Wonderland palette just gives me happy vibes. Right, let's see what we can do here. It might not give me happy vibes at the end when I've got two eyes that don't look the same. Oh, I've seen that on the TV. All they've added in is lettuce and tomato. So what's so deluxe about it? That's like calling it the surprise quarter pounder. Sorry, it's not funny, is it? The surprise is that you get lettuce and tomato. I'm feeling a bit giddy today. I was, like for the last couple of days, I've been very, very low in mood, very depressed. But today I'm feeling a bit giddy. Don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what was on it before because I've not had it. I just get cheeseburgers when I go because I don't really like the big burgers. It's basically a Burger King Whopper burger, but not as nice as the BK one. I've not been to Burger King in ages. I'm going to turn this light down. I feel like you just... Oh, that's better. Right, so what I'm noticing is this like peachy shade isn't a pigmented one, but I don't think any of these shades are meant to be pigmented. It's a pastel palette. But I need to try and build it up on the Alice side because I know my version is going to be darker. So I need to build it up here and not go in so heavy-handed here. Right, I think we'll leave it like that. Now, I'll use this brush. Let me take the colour off it. I can't believe they're calling it a deluxe when they're barely putting anything on it. I'm just going to take the eyeshadows out of here as I'm using them, so I don't want any nasty accidents. Last time I was showing this palette that I put together, some of the black eyeshadow like came out of it. Right, so going in with this one, I don't know what it is. This is where it's probably going to go wrong. Right, I don't want to keep dipping into the shade. Was it good discount? I thought about applying to Subway. I absolutely love Subway. I will use it a little bit more just for the outer V. Right. This side's a bit darker. Let's go in with a bit more then. Oh, really? That's good. But you don't actually miss the job itself. Right, leave it like that. Right, now, I feel like I want to deepen it out. It's not deep enough. Oh, it's good that you're still in contact with them, isn't it? Right. I think I'm going to go on with this one. So this is like a sequin. Nothing's impossible. I don't have anything like that in the one that I've done. Well, I used to, and then it broke. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I get to that. But I'll figure that out when I get there. Right, I need a mirror for this. If I can get it. Oh, nearly dropped it. Okay, let's... Oh, wow. A lot of people don't like the sequin shades that Colourpop do. I don't know why, because you can't actually see the glitters in them. Just making sure that it's blended out properly. Right, so let's run the brush through the colour switch. Right, for this one, I'm going to have to use the shade from the Snow White palette, and it's just a complete black. It's this one here. It doesn't have any sequins in it, but that shouldn't matter really. Well, I hope it doesn't. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it, Julia? Oh, this one looks richer. I've got a feeling, right, that this eye is going to look completely different to the Colourpop Alice in Wonderland. I'm not taking it off anywhere. I just put my glasses on. I don't have to go to the shop today, so it's just a case of me going to my mum's, and then I'll take it off when I come home. Yes, I feel like it's darker. Right, let's blend this out. It's definitely darker. Oh. Right, let's start here. Worst case scenario, right, if it doesn't look right, I can always use some of the other shades, like some of the other shades from my palette or some of the other shades from the Alice palette. Like, if you guys have been watching me a while, and when I say a while, I mean a few years, I didn't even used to deepen out the outer V, and I didn't intend to deepen it out this much. It's practically halfway across the eye. Right. My issue is now I want to use this, but it's got like a yellow flip where this one in this palette kind of doesn't, but maybe I can do a combination with that and that to get it like a similar colour. Let's find my glitter glue first though. Where are you? That's here. I'll get my brown eyeliner out as well. Okay. Right, so it's the W7 Sparkle Sleigh. We're coming to the end of this one as well. And I'm using way too much again. So has anyone bought any new makeup recently? The only thing I've bought is a foundation. Because like I said, I'm on that no buy. Okay, so that's that done. And now I'm going to go in with this Wayne Goss eye pencil. So this is in the shade Precious Opal. I feel like my eyes are watering. Wow. Right, and then let's get some of this powder on to clean up. God, it looks very smoky, doesn't it? Oh, I'll have to go and watch it, Julia. I feel like this one needs, if I'm not going to cover this up, I feel like this one needs more. I'm in the wrong palette. Right, I'm going to go back in with Nothing's Impossible. So it's just not as dark as the one I used on this eye, you can tell. This one is looking more grey than black. But like, when I put something on the Out of 8, I normally cover up, basically, so it shouldn't matter. Right, let's blend that out a bit, not too much. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the sparkles in it. Right, that's better. Okay. Back in with that. How cute is that packaging there? So we're going in with this one, Down the Rabbit Hole, and I'm hoping to get it to look... I'm not too bothered if it's not 100% similar, but I do want it to look pretty similar. Right, I'm going in with this side. This is just one of the shades that when I swatched I was in love with. And I do love a mint green. Oh yeah, you can see the yellow tinge. I'm going to go over the black. At least a little bit, because a black base makes it pop. So maybe not all the way, but a bit. Yeah, I'll just go all the way, because we've got black coming up here anyway. I love that. I'm not going to get it the same. Like I said, if it comes to it, I will use this again for the other eye. I'm looking at it and there's no mirror there. What? I've lost the plot. That is stunning. Right. Let's see what we can do with my version. So what I need to be doing is going in with this mint green here. Let's take it out. This is just, when I swatched it, it was like really rough in texture. And I'm like, no, there's no flip to it. Like, it's just a normal mint green. But I'm going to try and see what I can do with the other shade in the palette, like I said. Look, can you see? There's just nothing about it. And if that doesn't work, I'll go in with a very, very light dusting of the Alice in Wonderland Down the Rabbit Hole. I mean, it's pretty. You can just see the yellow flip here. If it was just a mint green from the Alice in Wonderland, it wouldn't be an issue. And would you be able to see it with my glasses on? Probably not. You wouldn't be able to see the difference, I don't think. Right, let's have a look. Right, so what I'm seeing is yellow here. Like here in the mirror, like when I'm looking and talking to you, I'm seeing it there as well. And then I'm seeing it kind of here, So pretty much all over, and here it's just mint. Like mint, like with a blue shift. So let's see what we can do. Okay, this one has yellow in it. So the fact that I'm using it, you know, could give me the same kind of look. I don't know what it's called. I know that it's from the Muppets palette, and it's the glitter from the Muppets palette. I can actually tell you, because I've got that as well. Oh, Icy Patch. You don't even have to look into the palette. It's called Icy Patch. Yeah, that's what I think. It's not too noticeable, but I'll try and turn the light down a little bit more. It's dark. It's 8:20 in the UK, so I might not be able to show you too much. Let's go in with this Icy Patch shade. I think this is more orange based. Why am I so nervous? Makeup comes off. Right, and this is just glitter, so this is really just looking like glitter over the top. Yeah, they're not similar. It would have probably been better if I just used the mint grain and just left it at that. Right, let me put some mascara on and see what it looks like once I've done that. I hate it when I've just washed my hair and it just gets in the way. I feel like there's a hair on my mascara wand. Right, so what I've tried to do is get that same yellow tinge here. Let's I'm going to turn it back up in a minute. I've tried getting that same yellow tinge that you see in here, over here, with the glitter, with this Icy Patch shade. That just looks like that, but it's got more orange in it. You can see the orange shift there, and the glitter, it is glitter. So it's not worked. It's not done its job. How very rude. Let me turn it up a minute. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad. You can't like, me looking at it, you can't really see a difference, and you certainly wouldn't see a difference if I had my glasses on, and you'd only be able to see it if I was like really up close like that. But I want the eyes to look the same, so just let me blend them out, and then we'll sort this eye out with that down the rabbit hole shade. I do like both eyes, and I'm surprised, like the other two shades that I use, the matte shades, they look so similar. It's not like, oh, it's not like someone would come up to me and say, why are you wearing different eyeshadows? It's not like that. I don't think, anyway. Oh, thank you. I was making a point today of trying to do something nice with my hair. So I'm trying to follow the curly girl method. And I did a video for TikTok, you know, just showing them like what I'm using on it at the moment, but my hair's coming out in clumps. Every time, like what I do on a Saturday, I have like a bit of a pamper day where I'll go in the bath and then I'll have a shower and wash my hair. And I've been noticing when I comb it out, it's coming out in clumps. And to me, I shouldn't be losing the amount of hair that I'm losing. I didn't lose as much today, got to admit. So anyway, I was talking on TikTok, I was showing the hair care products that I'm using, and there's this brand This brand called Give Me Cosmetics. They do a 4 curls bundle where you get a shampoo, a conditioner and a hair mask for £14, plus shipping, which is £2.99. Is it? So I think it works out as £17.99 in total. And I'm thinking about getting it, but I don't want to just get it off what these content creators say. These content creators get sent it, don't they? And I want somebody to tell me, who isn't a content creator, what they use, what's good. And if somebody says, oh yeah, it's really, really good, then I'll try it. And then there's this bigger bundle that they do, and you get all sorts in there. So I thought I'd get the smaller bundle. If I like it, then I'll get the bigger bundle. I think at the moment I want to use what I've got, and then I'll just go out and buy. It's kind of like a 1-in, 1-out system I've got because of the no buy. But yeah, thank you for commenting on my hair. I also have massively curly hair. Mine falls out when I'm stressed. I have been stressed. I didn't actually think about that, Emma. Yeah, I've been very, very stressed. What can we do for inner corner highlight? I forgot about that. You know, my hair I prefer straightening it, because when it's straightened, I don't have to be bothered about it like on a daily basis. When it's curly, I have to be bothered about it on a daily basis. It's like, is it okay? Is it getting tangled? Is it knotty? And then when it's straightened, all I need to do is put a brush through it, but that's damaging it. So, right, we're going to use this. I'm late. My friend uses the Umberto Giannini products, and I wanted to get one of his sets. Right, we got disconnected. Are we still? Right, we got disconnected. Sorry about that. So yeah, I was saying, my friend uses Umberto Giannini, and I was looking at one of his sets, but they didn't have shampoo and conditioner. They had all the other hair care products in. I'm okay for hair care products at the moment, like mousses and gels and whatnot, so I didn't really want to buy that. Like I said, we're going to go in with this one first. I'm late for the Alice in Wonderland side. This one's a glitter, but they've made them now, the Colourpop. They've made them so it's actually safe to put them near your eye. Yeah, my mum hates it. She's like, my dad actually passed away when I was 7. She's like, your dad would be devastated. I'm like, Mum, you shouldn't be saying that to me. And she said, he just loved your curls. But my hair wasn't that curly back then. I'll have to put a picture up, like in the next full form content video that I do. I'll have to put a picture up what I looked like as a young girl. My hair was wavy. It wasn't like this. I'm on some medication called Epilim 200 for my epilepsy. That's what's done this. It looks like a bloody perm. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Right, so that's what that looks like there. It's just not me, apparently. Yeah, my mum said the same thing, Emma. Hello, do your Spanish lessons. What's your name? Mine was the same. I had lovely waves when I was little, but now I've bonkers curls. Yeah, it's just my medication that does it. If I wasn't on medication, it would just be wavy. And I'd probably want these curls. It's insane. It's so mad. It's like curly girls want straight hair. And yeah. Right, I'm going to go in with Icy Patch again. It's not the same shade, is it? No, but we can use it. Like I said, it's more sheer with kind of an orange flip. We'll just do that here. I think you can tell the different. They look similar. But like when I look through the mirror, this bit looks more orange, like orange glitters. I don't care about that. It's only a tiny bit. Right. I did say, didn't I, that I was going to go in with this eye. Not with this eye. I was going to go in with this palette for Down the Rabbit Hole. Right, so that's what it looks like. It's beautiful. I'm only going to go in very, very lightly. Because I don't want to take away from the shade I put underneath. Right, what we're looking like. Yeah, that's what I think as well, Emma. You know, like when I was looking in the mirror, you couldn't actually tell. Like even when I put like the mint from my palette that I'd use, you couldn't actually tell. It was only when I went like that on this eye, you can actually see the yellow flip, whereas you couldn't see any kind of flip over here. Now you'll be able to. Not as much because it's got like the mint eyeshadow. I think it's from Mint to Be underneath it. So I still like it though. I think it's nice. Yeah, I really, really like my curls as well, but it's just getting them to look like this. You know, you need to have a lot of time. It took me literally an hour today. You know, I had my shower, came out of my shower, and then basically the curly girl method that I've seen is that your hair needs to be like wet, like really, really wet. Don't like towel dry it or anything like that. Don't put a turban on. So basically put your products on, put your mousse. Like I started with mousse and then I started with curl cream. So I've got this VO5. It's called Air Dry Curl Cream, which is really good. These are just older products in my collection that I've got. So then I put them on, then I got my turban and basically put it up and let it dry a little bit. And then when it was dry, not damp, just not even dry, I'd probably say it was still wet. I mean, it's damp now, I would say. I got my hairdryer out with the nozzle, you know, the diffuser, and then started like trying to dry it. But that part of it I just don't like. I don't like it. I want to get a better hairdryer that's not as heavy on the hand because mine, where is it? Mine's an old-fashioned one. So look how big it is. I want one of the smaller ones. Might have to put it on my Christmas wish list. So yeah, I mean, it's turned out nice. like these curls here, I was saying before, before everyone came into the live, I was saying they're not like the rest of the hair, basically. It's because I've been straightening it. I'm not going to straighten it now because I want it like to be really nice and curly, like have juicy curls like the rest of the hair does, and then that'll suit me down to the ground. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Let's see how long it stays like this. I've got I use like the brand Cantu, and I've got conditioners by them. Do you know, like just spraying leave-in conditioners? That's quite good. And then I've got a curl thing that you use every other day to bring your curls back to life. The Curly Girl method, you can, if you're on Instagram, you can look on there, just type in Curly Girl method, and there's loads of content creators that show you how to do it. Or on TikTok, I guess, or even if you was to type it into YouTube, you'd get some videos there for sure. It's massive, I know. So big, and I'm like that, like really diffusing the hair, and I'm like, my arm's hurting, it needs to dry, you need to dry now. Honestly. You can get small ones, can't you, like small hair dryers, and just a little diffuser that's attached, like the hair dryer goes like that, at an angle, and it's like, I want one of them ones. Do you know, like almost like a Dyson, but not Dyson prices. Yeah, mine is like really thick, and it's getting long as well, which doesn't help, does it? I need to go to the hairdresser and get it cut. I think I'm just going to use this today, you know. This lifter gloss, it's in the shade Petal. And my fringe is getting long, but I don't want to get it, I don't want to have it cut. I was trying to scrunch it earlier. Just with my hands. It's just going to make up its own mind, you know, if it wants to curl the way I want it to curl. I saw this woman on TikTok, and she had it like mine, like straight down like this, curly, and she had the most amazing fringe. I sent my sister the picture, and I said, I want my fringe like that. She said, oh, that's nice. And I said, I want my fringe like that. But it won't go. I need the mirror now. That pink actually looks nice with that mint green eyeshadow, I think. Yours is too thick to go into a fringe. Well, I started cutting mine, like my hair was all one length, and I just got fed up with it. I'm like, I need a change. I'm going to cut my fringe. So like, I just started cutting it. It wasn't even the same length, Emma. It was a joke is what it was. If you go back videos kind of long enough, you'll see it. I mean, you can see like this bit is up here, and like all this here is not the same length, and that's because I'm not a hairdresser. I will never pretend to be a hairdresser, and I just need to let it grow back now. Like some curls are shorter than others. Lipstick on the tooth. And yeah, I mean, other than that though, I do like the way it's looking. I feel like, you know, like you probably would look good with a fringe. You just need to go to the hairdressers and get it cut into one. Not do what I did, like grab a ton of hair and just straighten it as much as you could, and just do that. And you've got to bear in mind, my fringe was here, like down, like, yeah, down there. and I had to cut all that off. When I went to my mum, she was looking at me and she went, she's like, what have you done to your hair? And I'm like, I cut it, Mum, do you not like it? And she went, well, it's not the same length, is it? And I said, no. I said, it doesn't matter, it'll grow back. Oh, anyway, this is today's look. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, I'm going to be doing Second Chance Sunday tomorrow. Not too sure what palette to use yet. I had a palette in mind. Oh, I didn't know whether to do the Revolution Soap one again. I did that last week. And I did like a khaki look, which was really, really nice. And I just thought to myself, oh, I need to see if I want to keep it and just use it for neutrals, but I don't know whether to use a different palette. I've got like 3 Revolution X Soap palettes, so I don't know whether to use one of the other ones. I can't keep all these eyeshadow palettes that I've got in my collection. It is getting beyond a joke, and I know I'm incredibly lucky, you know. For the most part, I've bought at least, I would say, 95% of my collection. Friends have bought for me as well, and family. But I'm overwhelmed, is what it boils down to. I'm overwhelmed. I would love to be able to say I want to get rid of at least half of my eyeshadow palette collection, but it's not realistic. I think I've got about 150 in total, and it's like, who needs 150? How can I keep hold of 150 eyeshadow palettes and rotate and do project pans if I've got that many in my eyeshadow collection? I just don't see it. Like at the moment, I've got this one. This is in the That's Expensive project pan, and I'm so proud. This little pan here. And I want to be able to do that on my others, but I just don't see, unless I'm really, really ruthless, I don't see me doing it with all my other eyeshadow palettes. But we'll see what we can do when I come to do the eyeshadow declutter. There's still a lot of palettes I want to try, new palettes. Well, not new, I got them in the collection before November. But I've just not used them yet. So I want to try them before I do the eyeshadow collection declutter. And yeah, I think that's about it from me. I think I've taken way too much of your time up as it is. Thank you again, it's so much. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Laura, for still being here. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.